So, welcome to another edition of In My Humble Opinion. I'm Will. That's Dav. That's Mondo.
Hello.
And today we're going to talk about the elusive, crazy, disrespectful COVID 19. Bum, 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 bum.
My rap name gonna be Corona Row. That's what they gonna call me because I'm the illest. But
Just call me COVID because I reached around the world. Dav, what's your rap name?
COVID D. COVID.
COVID D.
Yeah.
yeah.
You need to go to a doctor.
Agent COVID. Well,
There
you
you
know,
go.
COVID is like, so my last name is
Oh,
it's so close to my last
yeah.
name. Yeah.
It is.
Right.
So, are you like killing people?
I do.
Maybe she kills the D.
Maybe she does. COVID,
COVID
killer
D.
D.
Yeah.
There you go. Keep those
You're
D's
cool.
away from her COVID. Anyway,
No, please bring them.
Why?
what we want to talk about today is just like the many effects of COVID on people's life, whether that's positive or negative. I know that COVID has brought some good things as much as some bad things, especially with all the deaths that's going on around the world. And here in our own community and backyard, and I'm sure we all know somebody who had it or who died from it. We're gonna start with death, COVID D. For the rest of the day, that's what we're gonna call it, COVID D. Is that a capital D or a small?
Capital.
Okay, COVID
bigger
little
the
D. So go ahead, Daph. What's been your experience
Hilarious.
with COVID? Positive. Let's start this on a positive note.
experience.
Yeah.
I have found a lot of positives in COVID. Like, I've realized a lot about people. I've realized a lot about society. I've realized that I don't have to spend as much sometimes. I've been able to save more. I don't know. You know, it's just been like, it's been a eye-opening experience. I don't have a lot of bad things to say. I do have a lot of bad things to say about COVID. Let me not say that. But I do have more good things that I've gained from COVID. I actually met you guys through COVID. So
High
that's
five.
like a
At the
positive,
hospital.
you know?
We're
I
family.
did not meet you at the
Getting
hospital.
tested.
We're
But I was not getting tested with them for anything, no type of thing, any
the
COVID.
baby is not mine.
No, there was no
That is
child
COVID's
involved. There was none of
baby.
it.
Okay.
Yeah. But I have gotten a lot of like good things out of COVID. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't been as bad to me as other people, I guess, not as anything, but
Especially the people who passed away. Pretty bad.
yeah,
for them.
yeah, that
R.I.P.
sucks. Yeah, I feel bad. I know that there are underlying conditions and all, but
But death is still horrible.
yeah, death is bad.
What
But-
about you, Mondo?
So I have to do a positive.
I mean,
I do the
what's your name
positive.
again?
Corona Row.
Corona Row?
Yeah, Corona
Okay.
Row. So I got to do a positive.
Yeah.
Positive is take off my glasses so I can see what I'm saying. I think one of the positives is I noticed like with stores closing, even though like the hours of stores like still suck, like your bigger chains that usually are 24 hours and they closing early. I don't like too much care for that because one of my biggest concerns with COVID was how it would affect people, their livelihoods, right? So that was one thing. But a good thing about it is when it was happening, I don't know how to word this, so bear with me, just work with me. When the stores were not letting people in and they were making certain days for like elderly people.
right.
So I was like, that was great. So I think what I'm trying to say is how things changed and people weren't always in such a rush, right?
Right.
It like balanced you out. It was like you couldn't go to the store and just be a glutton and just buy everything in bulk. Granted, prices was up and people took advantage of it. That sucked, but it was more like you're spending more time at home with your family. People are having
Right.
meals at home,
Right.
different stuff like that. You know, back in yesteryear, families actually sat down and ate dinner together every day. In my mind, I don't know how it works when you got work and sports and extracurricular
right.
activities. Like,
Eating on the
how
go.
does that happen? Like, how do families have dinner at 6:00 together?
Time
But-
management.
Yep. So now it was like people not always in a rush to get anywhere because I think it
They
was
know
like
where
a
to go.
picture. It was a picture of California, right? And they were showing the highway and how before COVID, all the smog, right? And then they were showing it during COVID how the air was so
Yeah,
clear.
they show how you can see the Himalayas too. They were like, during COVID, it was like you could see the top of the
Wow.
Himalayas, and I was like, man, that was
Yeah.
dope.
So
It
to
just showed
me,
how much we pollute the
so
world.
to me, it was looking like we let the earth breathe.
Right. It
I
could have been a
mean,
reset for the Earth too.
yeah, and I think people had time to find their gifts, use their talents and abilities. You know what I'm saying? Even for us, one of our gifts collectively that we have is using our personalities. Right? That's
Right.
what we're doing here. So man, I got a lot of other stuff to say, but as far as that, I think it let everybody kind of have a Selah moment and just pause and just rest and whatever.
Yeah, I think for me, positive in COVID, if you can find some silver lining, would be it gave everybody the opportunity to, like you said, Mondo, pause, right, and start thinking. And we had so many businesses that opened up during COVID. Uh, there was just being a black man in America, even during COVID, there was police brutality, but police brutality, it became like a drum call for blackness, a drum call for togetherness, a drum call for just looking out for one another, supporting one another. I think in this year, even like during COVID, I think some businesses, especially like small businesses, not just African American business, but small businesses probably made more money than they had from the beginning of January, last year, December, until COVID really hit and things were set down, that people really were seeking out because they couldn't go to Myers because Myers closed, couldn't go there.
And
They started
and
circulating
that's
that
what I
money.
was thinking, that people had time to focus on, focus on your personal stuff, because a lot of times, you work every day, you got kids, you got life, right?
Right.
So they always say, you have to put time to yourself. So I think people had the time to really invest in themselves, and a lot of times, we may not make time for ourselves,
Right.
but at this point in time, it was like you had time, like you had people,
You had nothing but time.
right? Like me, I worked all through COVID. You know what I'm saying? But it was a lot of people, who were able to financially
Be okay.
financially be okay, and could just be at home and like really work on them
Well-
and work on their goals and everything that they
Right.
had on their list.
I think that also when you look at COVID, it gave way to people to be a family again. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't really do a lot. People were still out doing what they were doing, but if you really look at, a lot of people then start clinging to their family.
Yeah.
I'm just going to hang out on my family because my family don't have COVID, right? As I know it. So they felt more safe hanging out with their family. The other thing, you look at COVID, and people economically, it helped. I think, even though it was not a lot of money circulating, it helped because it taught people how to budget more. Because at first you'd be like, oh, I can do some overtime, I can do this.
You were
I can do that.
mindful of your spending.
You were mindful of your spending. So COVID kind of reared you back in and said, hey, you know how to budget. Hey, this is how you need to budget.
But that's what I was saying about like being glutton, like going to the store,
Right.
being a glutton, just buying stuff just cause it was like, some stores wouldn't allow you to, and then sometimes it's like you just get what you need,
And that's
then
it.
go back to the house.
And you didn't see a
and
lot of
catch
times
up
people
and
like, oh,
on
we
your
can only get
shows.
one pack of tissue, or things like that. You got something to add to that,
Cause
Daph?
you're getting awfully quiet right now.
Yeah,
So.
real quiet.
Cause I know you was happy during COVID because your butt was at the crib, catching up on all the shows.
And all that homework.
Actually, I hadn't started school yet. I
Exactly.
didn't start school until
Oh, so you was just out there
Right,
bumming.
Yeah. No, she was at home. Ooh, this show. I'm gonna binge watch this.
I didn't. I don't watch a lot of television.
You did during COVID.
I did during COVID at work.
No,
too.
actually during.
You've been
COVID,
watching The Masked Singer lately.
Yeah, because the season just started. It was going during COVID, but it was like kind of during COVID. But I did watch that during COVID, not a lot. But I don't watch a whole bunch of television. I do have Netflix, you know what I mean? But I kind of just chilled
Question.
during COVID. I
during
shopped
COVID.
a lot.
Okay, you said you
Amazon.
chilled during COVID, right? That's what I was gonna ask you. So you say you don't watch a lot of Netflix. but did you chill during
No,
COVID?
I
Did you have a did you have a
you
Corona
chill?
boo?
no, no. I didn't go out of the house. I didn't do anything. I
Oh, you had company.
Oh,
That
I saw Earl Carr.
The dog didn't bite
No,
nobody.
I didn't. I actually didn't leave my house and do anything until May.
Oh,
so May was popping.
so what happened during May?
But May was dangerous still. But I just didn't feel like
January, March, April, May was still the hotbed of it.
But listen, during
I
that
know.
COVID,
But I was just like, please, baby Jesus, let me be okay if I leave the state.
but if you look at it and you look at some of the positives that happened in COVID, of course there was a lot of negatives. I think one thing that was a positive and a negative was that people were able to sit down and politically they had the time to look into the people running for offices. They had the time to look at agendas. They had the time to do all of these
I don't think
things.
people did that though.
I do. I think that
I
they
don't
did
think
it
they did
more.
No,
don't
I
think
think
they did
people
either.
made crab broils and waited to see what showed up on their orange
First
cards
of all-
so that they could
No,
go and
listen,
First of all,
first of all-
seafood is my
food
favorite.
Right.
And yes, me and my family, one night we had fried lobster tails.
So you
Ah,
bought food
delicious.
stamps. That's illegal.
No,
You shouldn't talk
no.
about
I
that.
worked every day. My
Oh, yeah,
family
you did.
worked.
I'm sorry.
No,
It
listen.
was funny because what my mom, we know he's talking, but we're gonna ignore him right now. So the kind of work my mom
Light
do,
skin privilege.
my mom, so
Yeah.
she could work. So
Yeah.
she sews also.
Yeah.
So she ended up somehow meeting somebody or something, and they had her sewing masks because she
Yeah,
was
my
sewing
mom- my
she
mom-
was sewing them
yeah.
for free for
She's-
people.
yeah.
And then she ended up finding a job doing
Yeah.
it.
Really? That's
Yeah.
awesome. My mom, and initially, like when COVID
Look
started,
this way so we could ignore him.
there was like, so we were watching.
All right, then I'm gonna head
television.
out.
We do watch a lot of news, like in our house or whatever. Like
You just said you don't watch. Make your mind up. You just said you don't watch TV.
I don't watch a lot of like shows and stuff like that. Like that's still irrelevant to me. Like
Okay.
I do want to know.
She
what's
watched the
going-
Pank.
The what?
Definitely.
does that
Just
mean?
focus. See, that's why I told you don't look over there because you lose focus.
I don't watch any
You watch
Pornhub
you watch
or anything
CNN.
like
You watch
that. Yeah.
CNN and Fox
Yeah.
News. Okay.
No, I do not watch Fox News.
Did you
You
watch
watch
more
CNN?
news during COVID? Like, did you pay attention more during COVID just because you had time? Like, you had nothing else
Well,
to do?
me myself, anyways, I just watch that stuff anyways.
So you don't think that people had more time?
I think that they had time, but I don't think that people actually reached into that part of their brain
Psyche?
psyche.
I don't know.
or
I
whatever.
think I saw more political posts of people, not just political. Oh, I hate this person. I hate this person. I saw more in-depth posts about politics and about policies from
Copy and
people.
paste. Copy and paste.
All through COVID, I did post a lot of political videos.
So now,
But
what
my
you saying,
personal
I-
political
go ahead.
videos, because people didn't understand, like a lot of people don't understand systemic racism. A lot of people don't understand the amendments. A lot of people, people know like, oh, my First Amendment, my Second Amendment. You know what I'm saying?
they just say they don't know what it means. They
yeah,
just say it
but in
because they've heard
actuality,
it.
people don't even know how many amendments there
They
are.
are. Is it 13?
No. The 13th
13th Amendment.
No,
No, I
the
know.
13th, the 14th, and the
15th.
15th Amendment are very important to Black people.
And a lot of Negroes don't realize that. But what
They
I was going to
don't.
say to you,
There's actually 27 amendments,
you-
but okay.
I was a government major, so I get it. No, because initially, in my humble opinion, was started before COVID.
It was.
It was probably around this time last year, right? COVID, when we got the ball rolling. COVID
This was
stopped it.
pre-DAF, so I'm going to not be involved.
But what
in
I'm
this.
saying is, your videos, you're doing those videos during COVID,
Right.
Is when we were like, she's
We
destined
need,
to be a star.
She said she's going to be our COVID person.
Yeah, and you're bigger than, in my humble opinion. In my opinion, you're a star, and you may be the biggest.
No one
you
person's
may be
bigger than the
next
group.
Oprah Winfrey. Long as you don't become a bedwench, you may be the biggest. You may be bigger than
A
Oprah
bed
Winfrey.
wench?
We'll discuss that in another episode. That goes back to the
So,
plantation.
so
I'm
hold
not from
on.
the plantation. I'm from 1965.
I said that goes back from the plantation, and they had them in Jim Crow era too.
So if we
Yeah.
take it from,
Jim Crow. Oh,
If
you
we-
the civil rights guy.
I am
Yeah.
65.
He had on the civil. He had on the civil rights jacket the other day.
I did.
He was at Woodland.
But if you take it, if you take it and say the positive, now let's focus on some of the negative that happened from COVID. Besides the deaths, right? Because we all know about the deaths, and they were horrible. And some people use those to their advantage. Like it's been coming out, like no matter what you die from,
It's COVID.
it was COVID. Like it
A
didn't
lot
matter.
of funding. A lot of funding
Came
has
from
came
that.
from COVID too.
Yeah. So just say if you say if you were they told you had 10 days to die before COVID hit and then you died. They like, yeah, that was COVID. But they already
Well,
told you
So
had
who
10
gonna go
days
first?
before
Because
COVID.
y'all know I got something to say about COVID.
What
so
sucks
go ahead.
about that is like underlying conditions are actually a real thing. You know what I
Correct.
mean?
They are.
We actually have a lot of issues that are going on in our bodies. Not to say that we particularly here do.
Right. Right.
But people in general do, and they don't know what's actually going on within their bodies. And people have to pay attention to what's going on within their bodies. They need to get checkups, make sure they get insurance. You know what I'm saying? That's why, Obamacare is a good thing for some people, and blah blah blah. But
One of the bad things that was it was a bad
Gonna
and good
skip
thing.
me and go.
I did.
Go back
There
around.
was a
like
bad.
Uno. These go
I
skip-
did. I
skip
threw out a
card.
yellow skip.
Yeah. Or technically, Daphne skipped me, or she threw out the
did.
reverse card. But go ahead. Go ahead.
But one of the bad things and good things about COVID is that it showed the disparity inside of healthcare and
Yes.
access to healthcare
Yes.
for minorities and the rest of the world.
Define minority.
You. And so what happened is that you saw that because of the disparity in the access to healthcare, a lot of those underlining things that you died from with getting COVID was because of the care you didn't get before.
Correct.
And had you had that care, then you would have probably survived or not been as bad. And one of the things that I in particular is that when they did the go back to school thing, they wanted to send minorities back first.
No, did y'all friends the Gates? What they say with like all this stuff? Well, we have to test the Negroes first.
Right.
And it's like you ain't finna kill us all.
But I think that was because they figured
No.
Let me
It's
tell
because
you.
they're racist and they
that's
want to kill
that's
you guys
part of it,
off.
Mondo.
That's
But what
all
I'm
of it.
saying is that they figured that with all of the underlining causes that African Americans may have because of not their access to health care, if we can make something to cure them,
No.
and they have all these underlining causes, then it'll work on us. So it was racism, right? And then they tried to do it in Africa first.
And
So
Africa
COVID
didn't
just
even-
exposed racism, right? And a lot of different levels, not just healthcare.
But
it also
the cases in Africa
It was the
wasn't even
Tuskegee
from
test, huh?
Africans. It was people visiting from other countries.
but they wanted to start the trials.
or they want to depopulate people, right?
Which people, Mondo?
The African.
What they
people,
say on
the
what
black
they
people.
say in
You
New
know
Jack
what's-
City? What people?
you know what's crazy though, because like around
because the Gates they talk about depopulation.
around Valentine's Day when it was all going on and everything.
Oh, I had a date on Valentine's
Did you,
Day.
y'all had a COVID day?
No, it wasn't.
COVID hadn't happened.
COVID was happening in January.
No,
It wasn't
yeah, but
shut
it didn't
down.
really
It didn't
shut
shut
down
down.
because it was my birthday.
But it still
Right.
was COVID. It just wasn't shut down.
It was my birthday and I couldn't do anything because everybody was like panicking and stuff like that. And,
Did Earl get you a present?
Huh? Did he get me a present? Yeah, I got a present. So, anyways, it was like March, and the 15th was it, and my birthday is the 15th, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is awful.
I want to go through my phone and see what I did on that weekend.
But
because it's All-Star
when-
NBA All-Star weekend.
Yeah, it was. But when COVID kind of first started, it was just kind of weird. And I was under the assumption, because I was like outwardly thinking that like brown people could not get COVID.
Yeah,
That's what they put out there at first.
It's
Nobody
not-
had it. It was like, yeah,
because
we could.
no brown people were getting it. And then at the same time, it wasn't happening in Africa. Like people
Talking
in
that mic. Talking that mic.
People, people in Africa were
You don't have
not
to hold
getting
it.
So, okay, I'm done. I don't even want to talk about what I want to talk about.
Yeah, you do. Talk about it because we want to hear.
No, you go ahead.
People want to hear from
No,
you, Daphne.
because y'all gonna say some sleep.
We're not.
Yeah,
you are
we are.
important.
We
Yeah,
are
I
gonna.
know.
We are gonna ridicule
I'm not
you.
important.
I said you are important.
Yeah, you are gonna
No,
be.
you guys go ahead.
So anyway.
Talk about COVID.
So anyway, I was diagnosed with it. They said I was what they say.
You was gonna die.
You was COVID. What's your
Nah.
COVID name?
Man, I was sick for like so I go home, I'm on the phone, and I felt warm, right? Like, I got a fever. Bam. So that night, sleep, got the chills, aching, bam. Cool.
Sounds like an STD.
Hey, well, that
That's why I was not getting tested with them anywhere.
So no, but real talk though, you know what I'm saying? So that was a Wednesday. So Thursday I slept all day Thursday. Friday still wasn't feeling the best. My throat was just sore. Went and got tested. So now the fear of getting tested was the horror of them. You hear about they stick that thing ramming up your nose. But the doctor I went to, it was just a little thing. You just put it up there. You do it
Pew,
yourself.
pew, just a little
Right?
thing.
Yeah. It
little thing up
didn't
your
even hit
nose.
the bottom. It didn't even hit the bottom. Just yeah. Went back home and
Was it like it took like a minute?
no, like a couple.
It was a minute poke or
No. The worst part was getting checked for strep throat because my throat was sore.
Oh,
was
so
getting
it
strep-
was quick, huh?
I hate you and I hate you and I hate him in the back. He ain't even said nothing. I hate him in the back.
No, if you had a COVID quickie, then to get tested.
No, because so in other words, they don't need to ram that thing up your brain to test you for COVID. Because the thing we had, it was just. First of all, I hope if you catch an STD, but that's neither here nor there because we're talking about COVID.
We are. But so
No, I'm not done. So
did it scare you?
nah, shit, I just want to go back home and lay down. Matt, do you have a bleep button so I can cuss real quick? Or do I have to bleep in my man? Boop, y'all.
But
Both of y'all can kiss my boop.
but no, what I was trying to say before Daff was rudely making me cry.
He started talking about the Ram Man. I wasn't.
It's cool. It's cool. No,
Listen.
I got stuff on my phone. I'll go on Facebook and see what people in the group doing.
Listen,
I don't
no,
wanna talk
what
to
I'm
y'all.
saying, what
Yep.
were you
I'm about to
scared
go
to
look
get
Facebook
tested because like just the fear of knowing you had it?
No, I wasn't. It was more like let me find out. So if I need to get whatever.
Or tell everybody and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
Right.
and let my family know and stuff like that.
I remember you
So-
called us and I was like, oh,
Yeah, but see, remember at that time I didn't know. I just knew I was sick as hell,
right.
so I had to let people know, like my coworkers and stuff, like, hey, I don't know, but I ain't.
Did they also get tested?
Yeah, so my cousin works. I ain't gonna say his name, but he works with me too in a different department. But like literally, it's a door that separates
Yeah.
us. So so he ended up testing. It was detected. And see, in our thing, and mine never said it was positive. It just said it was detected, whatever that means. So
if you got it,
basically,
you got it.
Positive.
right? You know what I'm saying? So me and him was off work, and then they told everybody, y'all got to go.
So
and get
everybody?
tested. Yeah. So my department, his department.
Did anybody
they-
else in your department end up having to?
Nope. And but
No.
but me and him were together the previous weekend.
Yeah.
Right.
So
We
was
didn't think about it
did
till
he
like
get
hindsight
detected?
2020.
I mean,
Yeah.
his-
Me and him both tested
Oh
positive
yeah.
for it.
I actually once you did say something, I didn't go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not to just be putting all my business out like that, but
Yeah, no,
I
no.
just tried to stay. I just stayed away
Stay
from people.
quarantine. Yeah, just in case. So my biggest thing was I'm like, okay, if I'm sick, I have a great immune system, right?
I just ate Oreos while I sat in the house.
freaking hate you. I didn't really eat too much. I binge watched a lot of TV, and then my TV in my bedroom, the screen went out, so that
Oh,
pissed me
no,
off.
yeah.
That was, and then I didn't want to go in the living room and stuff like that. But no, so it was more or less. I lost because I didn't eat a lot. I didn't have an appetite. But all
You lost
these-
weight?
Matt, don't worry about cutting off that arm tonight.
Yeah, he done lost
fine
weight.
because-
Really? Oh, so Matt was gonna happen. You're gonna have to find an edit button, a censorship button, because I'm about to cuss both of them out.
No. What I'm saying is that that's a positive for COVID that you lost weight. Is it not? Okay. Anyway,
No, I ain't done yet. I ain't
bet
done.
you're not.
I
You
ain't
about to
done
go on
yet
one of
because
your
I'm the one who
rants.
tested positive, right? So the biggest thing was, so even had some issues with my coworkers.
Were they
because-
angry?
Yeah.
They
Well, I
were-
had,
But it wasn't
I
your
had
fault?
to check them. No, it was more like,
So
I guess
you
my
had to check them because
because I had right, and I'm like, I'm the one that's sick, but I guess what it was, they didn't know. Maybe I didn't. I'm thinking I told them like, yo, I test positive, blah blah blah. So they were more like they didn't know.
But
it's not it's not your job to say that I tested positive for COVID. It's
To a
HR.
to a
It's
degree.
not.
It
It's
is.
not.
To a-
It's
yeah,
no. It's HR's job.
But
HR
it's-
can't say that. That's a violation. That's
No,
a HIPAA
you gotta listen to what
violation.
I'm
Yeah.
saying. Are you gonna listen?
No.
Okay. Like, but no, hold on. Hold on. I know you got the best answer in the world, but right now I had the best answer right now, kind of like Kanye. But listen, what I'm saying is that it's HR's job to say we had a coworker here that tested positive. Not your name, right? Everybody knows it's you
It's
now.
only 3 of us in the department.
Well, they
I
coulda-
guess they're gonna know.
an email.
But I have a relationship with my coworkers.
So
So
my-
that's the reason. It's like
Yeah.
you let them know.
Oh,
What's
so they
going
like,
on.
yeah. But I'm just thinking.
So yeah,
in
because
general.
you know what I'm saying. You remember, I work in a small department, right? It ain't like I work in a big factory or office with a bunch of people and stuff like that. It's real small and secluded, and we build a relationship. So it's my duty to say, hey, this is what's going on. Because I care about you, right? Just like I care about my family. Like, can't be around my kids and do stuff,
You called us and told us that's why we took a hiatus.
Yeah.
But it's
But
like,
I wasn't gonna risk it.
Right.
telling somebody you have corona or you even have like any type of potential of having
Right.
corona is just like telling somebody like, hey,
I got the flu.
I got AIDS.
No, it's
Right.
not.
It is.
Yes,
No,
it is,
no,
because people are
Well,
desperate.
now,
Because
yeah,
people
but it
treat you
shouldn't be.
different.
Literally,
But
it
people-
shouldn't be.
But just like back in the day.
You know what? Y'all got a lot of bass in y'all voice today, so
Do I
calm
got some bass in
down.
my voice? I might catch one if I got a little bass, because I don't really have a really deep voice.
You're going to still be in the friend
At
zone.
all.
No, first of all,
So-
never mind.
Oh, you
With-
out of the friend zone now?
No, I'm
no,
just
let's
saying.
change subject since we want to talk about that. You out of the friend zone right now?
If I wanted to be.
Okay, let me
I'm
ask you this:
comfortable.
how many
Oh,
relationships
wow.
started in inboxes because of corona?
Ooh.
Probably a lot.
How many? Hey, big head,
Ooh. Right.
you sick?
because you couldn't go out and mingle and mix and mingle.
Well, some people could.
I mean, they did,
How?
but
They-
because they didn't.
you-
No,
care.
I mean you couldn't go like out to a nightclub and
No, but
or
you
gotta
something
do all
like
that at home then.
Yeah, you can Netflix and chill.
No, but I'm saying if you didn't know a person, you literally had to. Okay, I look at it like this. So I'm like this much older than y'all. I don't know what camera we on. I'm like this much. Funky $25 having both of y'all. No, but you.
I
Hey,
got
Matt,
$40, not
Matt, can you go 72 long?
No, but so the game had to change, right? The game changed.
The game don't
because-
change, just the players, baby.
No, the game had to change.
Baby,
well,
the
the players had to adapt to
Yeah.
the different
To the game.
Yeah.
to the game, because you couldn't go out and mix and mingle and link up with people.
I mean, you
But I don't
could
know
link
what's
up
going
with
on over
people.
there.
It was like people all the time trying to link up.
Yeah.
For me, people were always trying to they'd be like, hey, are you going to come hang? And I'm like, hey, it's Corona out here.
Right,
You know
but
what I
that's
mean?
I'm saying.
I'm not coming out.
But so I would never would have met you at a nightclub because they wasn't
At
open.
all.
No.
So the only way I could
Like we
meet
wouldn't
you
even be a
and
family right
spit.
now if corona didn't happen.
So the only way I could spit at you is through the inbox or on your page.
Yeah, people.
that's assault if
I
you
got
spit at
more
somebody.
Snapchat.
No,
I
it's
used to get like a lot of Snapchat.
Yeah, but and then I will say now, younger people probably like my nieces and them, like the high school ones, they was like, you don't be on Snapchat, you don't be meeting a boo sharing your location. I'm like, hell no, you better not do it neither.
I don't share my location
But this
on
is what I'm
Snapchat.
saying. So
Send
how they
me
so
your
how they
location
so
and-
how they date or communicate
Yeah.
is just strictly through
Yeah.
social,
Social
media.
media. Social
With
media.
us, growing up, it was about getting a phone number.
Yeah.
Man,
You
you
know
got
what I'm saying?
all them 9 pieces of
And-
paper.
Yeah. So think
And-
about how he does. He never calls. It's always as soon as your phone go off,
yeah.
not FaceTime, whatever, because he ain't got no iPhone. But so nowadays that's where it's at. So I think Corona did that because you couldn't physically go out and meet a lot of people.
Right. You know what? I also think that I can only speak for Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's where I live. If you look at Corona January, I don't know if it's a correlation between it or whatever. Look how many murders we didn't had during Corona,
But
like
no,
since the
a lo-
'90s. But they're saying like when you look at how the murders are happening, this haven't happened since like the '90s.
Yeah, but-
so what part of Corona?
But it
plays-
wasn't really a lot of murders like during from the whole March to May era, or it was more like after May that things started to kind of
I did.
Is it a
hear-
correlation?
I did hear people were saying like, well, people are testy, especially like with the riots and stuff going on, because people get a release because they're so testy because they've been
gotta
caged
think
like
that-
animals.
You got to think about it. Like psychologically, people were in their homes. Like so during Corona, what I did a lot because I was ordering a lot on Amazon and
That's why I was buying all them expensive underwear because I ain't had nothing to do. I was buying all them
Amazon
high price
and,
draws.
And Fashion
Them
Nova
thongs.
and all that stuff. Like I was ordering a lot of
You
stuff.
shop Fashion Nova?
No, I said you were buying designer thongs.
You wear
No,
bodysuits
first
from
of all,
Fashion Nova?
He does.
I don't wear thongs.
So anyways,
I'm-
I was ordering a lot of
That's
stuff.
his generation do that kind of
However,
stuff. eating
I'm a part of
groceries
his
and whatnot.
generation.
They eat groceries, don't they?
I don't.
I don't know what you brown nosers
They,
do.
they, the guys.
Oh yeah, some of them do. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, okay.
Gabrielle
Absolutely.
Union said that it was okay
But
for
anyway,
the girls too.
so I was ordering a lot, and anyways, throughout my Facebook and my feeds and stuff like that, you were saying that a lot of people were like depressed and had a lot of stuff going on. So
They was
what I-
depressed beforehand, but go ahead. I'm
yeah,
listening. Some of
but
them.
but continuously, like I am empathetic for people, and I feel for people. You know, not that I like all people, but I am empathetic for people. So what I did was I would go out and I would like buy stuff.
I didn't get a gift. You get something, Mondo?
No, I didn't. I actually
We'll talk
I
about
didn't-
that afterwards.
Actually, I
Okay.
didn't know you losers before then. So,
But we were Facebook friends, though.
Yes.
At least he wasn't your Facebook friend. At least
He
I was your
was
Facebook.
not.
Right, but
I wasn't. I didn't know who you were. You
I
weren't
know, that's-
important
that's-
then.
I have an
I-
eye for talent.
Now
and I
you
said,
are.
You know what? I see something in her.
I wasn't important. Anyways,
Well, I didn't know you to
So-
make you important.
what I would do is I would go out to the store and I just buy a whole bunch of stuff. And what I would do is I would I would box up things and
that
I
mic right.
yeah, I know, right? Close to my mouth. So I would box up things and I would send to whoever, like if people inbox me and was like, hey, you know, I got a family member who's like this or whatever. So I'd go and I'd send out packages and stuff like that weekly, like every Wednesday or every Tuesday I go out and I send out packages.
Real Mother
see.
Teresa.
But I mean, I want the best for people, and I don't want people to feel like they are not needed or unwanted
right,
or
right.
anything like that.
I think a lot of people
And then-
died during Corona too. From
Okay,
loneliness.
so let me finish. So then, also at the same time, the postal service is also suffering, and a lot of people don't know that the postal service is suffering. So I was also making sure that I contributed to the postal service because
You're awesome.
the postal service needs our
such
support.
a kind
See,
heart.
we were part of a, I don't know what to
No,
call
look.
it. We were part of an organization. a
I'll tell.
Facebook
Let me tell it because you're gonna half tell it.
Okay, well then tell it, brother.
Oh, okay, this
as
is
much money as
this
I
is-
spent in
this
that
is-
thing. Go
Yeah,
ahead and tell
This
it.
is all pre-DAF, so go ahead.
He's gonna half tell it. So one thing that Corona did for the city of Grand Rapids, right? Because I know we got people watching everywhere, but city of Grand Rapids is that we started this thing called Pass the Drink, right?
Not drink past the drink.
I
Pass
didn't
the
get a
drink,
drink.
right?
They
Because it
didn't
wasn't.
send me
It was for
anything.
guys.
It was for
only.
guys, and you're
Thank
a
you.
lady.
Oh.
So what happened was
I
we
could
would.
have had that whole thing popping.
What happened was that it was a time when men got together and we were like make these baskets and and I'm not talking about no Ripple or no Mad Dog 2020.
Nah.
I'm talking about, and I know a lot of people don't drink and drinking is wrong, but you have to hook people in order to bring them in.
Yep.
And what happened was the drinks started flowing, right?
Yep.
And I'm talking about baskets. People spending hundreds of dollars.
Man, 'cause
right?
we
My
was buying-
first week, I think I spent like $250.
Yeah, because
right?
I'm buying high end like good
Man.
stuff, and then like you said, like I remember one guy was into like wanted card, so I bought like a bucket, put
So-
the liquor in there, snacks, all the
Did
all
you
the
all
stuff.
deliver it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me tell you
Oh.
how crazy it was. Let me tell you, this is in COVID. This is how crazy it was. You're in the group, and it's like, drop your address, right? And somebody's going to bless you, right? Put what you want in your basket. So people drink, and we had people in there who didn't drink. So they'd be like, send me some grape juice or some apple
Yep.
juice or
Facts.
some Skittles. So people putting these baskets together. And let me give a shout out right quick. Lorenzo Bradshaw
Man,
was
he
the
hooked-
best basket giver in the city, bro.
And a
Because
six-pack
when he
of
gave a
Sif or
basket, let me tell you this: when he gave a basket, he studied you
Right.
and figured out who you were, and then gave the basket. But anyway,
Yeah.
shout out to him.
Let's pause with Lorenzo, because I was the first person to give Lorenzo a basket, and he didn't know. So he was like, "Who was the person?" So I was like, "It was me." And I explained to him. He was like, "Yep," because that's it. Because someone was at his house. He wasn't there. He was like, "Yep,
I gave it to the lady too.
yep."
But,
and
but
my basket
so
was
after,
nice.
yeah, like
Nice.
even
It-
giving and stuff like
'cause
that,
it was
like
like-
I felt
Good.
good.
Yep.
But did you all feel good?
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Because
Let me
it
tell you
was
what's crazy.
better to give than
Then
to
to
receive.
You had men in there. This is no lie.
I mean, receiving isn't bad.
But listen, you had men in there that was saying, you don't know what my day was like, my week was like. And to go to my porch and find something from somebody who don't even know me.
Yep.
Yeah.
I always made sure I did
Yep.
something to somebody
Yeah.
I didn't know.
That I didn't know me and just blessed me because of this. And then you got people inside of the group saying, man, I just can't stop going buying stuff. Like I just feel great. But for this city, and I can only speak for this city, for Grand Rapids, Michigan, we have never had that much unity among men across.
It was a movement. It was a movement
across like I'm talking about doctors, lawyers, street people, not street people. Like it was just crazy.
Because I was over my boy Jump House, and because I think I was doing a drop off, right? Matter of fact, I ordered a pair. I had ordered something in the mail, so when he came and dropped my stuff off, I happened to be at home. And he came back and he was like, "You had something." Well, he said, "If it wasn't you," he said, "I seen your name on the package. I almost got you." It was some Ithaca. I had ordered a package from Ithaca, and But I was at his house, and the cat came by, and he just blessed him. He was like, "Boom," and I'm like, "You ain't got nothing." He was like, "No." He was like, "I'm good."
Yeah.
He was like, you know what I'm saying?
You heard that a lot too.
Yeah, he was like, "I just want to bless
but that
people."
was like the bonus of like, because even
just make
people,
you feel good.
Yeah, like when I was sending out stuff, people like, "Oh, well, you doing this," and I didn't mind. I don't care about spending money because I just feel like
if you want to drop like a basket at my house,
you don't care about spending money.
No,
I got an envelope for you in the car, and if you don't care, I can keep that envelope.
No, but I just feel like you can't die with the money.
No,
you know what I'm saying. You can die with the money, but you can't spend it once you're gone. So if you can do anything to bless people and do whatever you need to do to make yourself, feel as a person of help,
right?
Do whatever you need to do. You know what I'm saying. I'm gonna give as much as I can always give.
I think that COVID, as much as COVID, let me say this.
Shout out to you because you're going to get this part of this shout out, Mr.
But let me go with her right quick because
ahead.
what she said was important. I think what COVID did, as much as
I was this before COVID. But
no,
whatever.
we got to listen.
Because you're better.
What I'm saying, as much as COVID brung out a lot of hate, right? COVID brung out a lot of humanity in people. Like people were human. They were person. I think that, and I'll tell you one thing, and then I'll let you guys talk. But I have to say this.
That's nice.
Yeah, the first time.
You're welcome.
First time for everything.
But I have to say this because to me, emotionally, and I'm not really an emotional person, it touched my heart, right? Mm-hmm. My boy Antoine Walton, right?
Yeah.
Lost his daughter, tragic accident, whatever. This was like 2 days after Pass the Drink.
Yeah, we just got momentum.
We're in the middle of a pandemic. Like crazy, right?
Yeah.
That next 2 days in, so this is the third day. The third day, when you got 25 men.
I think it was more than that. We was over there deep.
Yeah. Well, consistently at a time.
Okay.
So when you got an abundance, let's say that, abundance of men, and not just black men, abundance of men who showed up and put their hands around his brother.
And his family.
And his family, right? And Tati, right?
Yeah.
Around his family. He didn't want for nothing. Food, drinks. I ain't talking about alcohol. Foods, drinks, sitting there talking, making sure that he's okay.
Dude,
like
we
that happened in COVID. So much money.
We just said everybody give. You look in the group, everybody.
Which means that humanity is not dead. No. It just needs the proper environment to thrive.
But at the same time, you have to take the thought of humanity outside of just when it's a time of grief or whatever.
Yeah,
correct.
You have to always look at humanity as a time for you to be able to support people because people have issues and people have problems and people aren't always able to generally support themselves. So sometimes you have to take that humanity outside of just a particular time. A lot of times people like to wait until like there's a death. Or there's an issue.
Because death brings family
together. I just think
people feel like it brings people together, but at the same time, you have to think outside of the box and always think about what is happening in humanity because the universe is what captures us all.
I think that even though his situation was tragic,
absolutely,
what happened was Twan became a beacon for togetherness and supportiveness at that time that showed that a city could come together behind one person because it doesn't matter, as I said before, when one black person, white person, whoever dies in our community, we all should be affected by it. Yeah. And that was an affection because we all grew up with him.
Well, everybody was so close.
This is the ill part about it, right? It was a guy who never verbally said it, but I know from other people had an alt with me, right? Seen me and gave me love. Like, bro, I'm glad to see you. and I never had no issues with him. I mean, I understand why he had aught with me, and just came and just gave me love. You know, my daughter was there with me. You know,
Yeah.
loving on her. You know what I'm saying? So
And COVID though.
you know,
Yeah.
and it's like
I would.
this is what we're supposed to be. This is what we're supposed to be, right? Like
Right.
you know, we the second biggest city in the state, but we have our community is small.
Land wise, we bigger.
Yeah, you know, our community is small, so we need to love on each other, and to go back to even businesses supporting each other. Keep
Right,
that dollar
right.
rolling. It's
At least
nothing
7,
against
8
any
times
other-
in our community.
It's
Right.
nothing against any other community, but we don't keep it in our community enough. It's like you
Yeah.
get your hair cut and a piece of barbecue.
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
but
And your
then-
eyelashes done.
I mean, but then at the same time, yeah, no, I do my own eyelashes.
You do an awesome job, by the way.
Thanks. So, anyways, in the
You should
community,
do Mondo's eyelashes.
Maid Kelly's gonna do them.
I don't know.
Yeah, you remember? Maid
I looked
Kelly.
him up, bro.
That's a whole other episode. but
Listen,
yeah.
okay, so anyways, we should always
Shout out to the
support
Kellys.
we should always support our community, but what happens in our community and what makes it hard sometimes to support our community is like a lot of people look at the businesses as like, you know, I don't want to support them or I don't want to do this because of whatever. But sometimes you have to look outside of whatever that box is. You know?
You know, I think that during this COVID, money circulated way more than it had before. Money circulated, and I mean in the black community, black
I was trying to
entrepreneurs.
pan the camera that way, but the camera, I was gonna walk across it, so never mind.
Where were you going?
The
I was gonna
bathroom.
go to the bathroom.
Uh,
Yeah, I said it now.
black entrepreneurship.
I'm sorry, Matt.
Black entrepreneurship. I think that the money in our community has circled way more than it had the years previous.
I do too.
And as I said before, there's nothing that you couldn't get inside of your community during this time.
Right. And I think the dollar circulated a lot, and I think
I hope,
it's great.
I'm sorry. I hope Mondo know there's no tissue back there. So if he has to go number 2, I'm not going back there to throw tissue in the bathroom. But go ahead.
I think that the money in the community circulated a lot, and I think that was great that the money circulated a lot. And and then the crazy thing about it is, not only did the money start to circulate, but the money continued to circulate. You know what I mean? And the money is still circulating in the community. And I just think that it's great because the black businesses are profiting off of the circulations and
Right.
the mentality that people are like, oh, I can support these businesses or I can support these businesses. And, you know, the support is continuing. However, I don't feel you back already. Oh my
Probably
gosh, that
peed
was
in
the
his
quick-
pocket.
I am not a person of, you know, the foods.
Right.
That's just
Because you don't
me.
eat meat.
No. Well, yeah, but no. But so I'm not I'm not a person of the food. So
Bro, don't go in that pocket.
that's my
So much can. So much can fit in these. These are great. I don't know. I need to find out where I can.
Bro, get out my
I need
pocket.
to find out where I can get one of these at.
those dollars are packed tight.
Cheaper ones. I'll say this: with COVID, I think it gave people a time to get creative.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It
Yes.
really brought out people's creativity. Rather, it was from teaching your kids. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if a lot of
Or,
You know what?
or,
You know what?
or,
Wait, wait,
or
wait, wait.
learning that you and
Wait,
your
no,
kids don't know nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Before I say that, y'all go ahead and
and
go
then
ahead.
they were still
Go ahead.
mad at the teachers once school
Yeah.
started because
Listen,
they weren't
get it out
even
y'all
spending,
system. So
yeah,
I
they
know what
weren't
I'm
even
gonna say,
spending
'cause I
time
know where it's- I know
teaching
where it's
these
gonna go.
kids.
I
and then
said-
and then it'd be the same people who go up to the school and be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you treating my kid like this." Blah,
Y'all
blah,
saw
blah.
Tavion's mom, right? like,
I know it was coming.
like, listen, Tavion my
sorry,
guy, right? I had to call and check on him. But if you haven't seen, Tavion's mom is ill. But that gave a time to show
or make you ill.
or make you ill. But what that did is that showed that not just her video. Shout out Tavion's mom.
Really?
What that did is
You like Tavion's mom?
I don't like her. I like Tavy.
I mean, but that's your thing. That's your
With the
type?
whole time, Tavion was pointing because his mama was, where's my dress at? Tavion was the whole
I think she's looking
time.
for underwear, bro.
David Turner. David
David
Turner.
Turner.
Tavion, who was that nip back there? Yeah, David Turner was like,
David, I said, you know who that is. Take that.
David
But no,
Turner was like, I'm
I think,
knocked out.
I think that when you look at the education system, a lot of times education should start at home, right?
Correct.
But we got a lot of people who are not educated themselves, and
Correct.
education wasn't important with them growing up.
Development starts at
Development,
home.
right?
Yeah.
And education.
Yeah.
So they had none of that. And so now when it's important to have a relationship between the parent and the teacher, like with my daughter, the Pooh, I have a relationship with her teachers, right? Every year. We emailing each other. If Jasmine is struggling, let me know what it is. I'm going to figure it out. Boom, 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 right?
Call her JJ. My daughter calls her JJ.
Your daughter does
so
call her
she's
JJ. Why? I don't know. But when you look at it now, you see where the disconnect at. Because the teacher, not all teachers, but some teachers are doing their best to teach these kids, but there's no support from home. And the support from home should correlate with what the teacher is doing if you
Right.
read the syllabus and look at the homework. But what happens is now you have to because it's virtual. So now your kids know how dumb you are, right?
What?
It's not dumb.
Yeah. I mean, not dumb, uneducated.
No, it's not. It's
What is it?
No. Something. First of
What?
all,
What?
parents
Something
aren't.
puffed it?
They're not teachers, right?
I didn't say they were teachers.
No. So listen, you're calling people dumb, but this is not their strong suit. They don't have patience.
What is?
Well, he
They don't
was
have
getting
patience with their
close
own
the
kids?
teachers anyways.
You said what?
He was getting close with the teachers anyway.
That's what it was. That's
Listen,
the problem.
first of
That's
all-
the problem now.
first of
Hold on,
all-
let's ignore him again. Let's ignore him.
Hey, go
Let's
ahead.
Ignore him.
Matt, turn their mics. Turn their mics off, Matt.
This is not a presidential debate. We will not have mics
Turn-
turned off.
First of all,
but what
is
I'm
that a
saying-
fire on
but what
Mondo
I'm saying,
head?
like I said, I'm not strong in math, right?
At all.
You know what? Let's go. Let's take it back a further. Let's look at the parent who has to, like me. You know, I worked all through COVID, right? You know,
Finally got a job.
you know, my older kids, they graduated from high school this year, right?
Yeah,
They're
so
30, right?
Your kids are that far apart?
Yeah, I'm stupid. Let's start all over. So, like, you know, the big kids graduated from high school this year. The little one isn't in school yet. So just imagine if I would have had 3 kids at home and trying to build structure and discipline, because, you know, like, I'd be looking like, y'all got little kids, like first graders, and you'd expect them to be focused and look at a computer all day, right? You got big grown kids in high school. It's like my mama at work, we ain't got school. Hey, Daff, you might well come through here and bring your laptop over here.
Mondo.
Yeah.
Huh?
As much as we want them kids to do that, I've sat in some Zoom meetings.
That's what I'm
And I'm an
saying.
adult, and I'm like, if they don't
Exactly.
shut up and let me turn my camera
But
off.
y'all won't. Y'all. That's what you get. But to your point though, y'all want some kids to do it to stay focused. Now I do get it because them kids will stay focused on Xbox
on the
and
video
PlayStation,
game,
right? But,
YouTube.
you know,
And I'm not saying, let me take this back because I don't want these parents coming after me because I love y'all, all the parents. What I'm saying
the single
is,
moms and the crab broils is who he's talking to right
He
now.
likes crab broils, so
listen, what I'm
just if you
saying,
wanna
what I'm
send
saying is
one-
this, is that no, we can't expect the parents to be teachers. But
no.
the standard should be that they're involved if they're home.
Thank you.
So if
They should be involved if they're not at home. But I get what your
But
point,
what I'm
though.
saying is,
Right.
there's a difference than you, Mondo. You work, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're making time to be there with your kid, right? That's cool. But then you got some people who at home all day, and they're only mad because of COVID because they ain't got no babysitter. So they doing this. They doing that the whole time, right?
Wow.
And not paying attention to the kid.
in that order.
I don't know which order they're in.
Dude, that's what's funny to me.
The sugar, booger sugar.
I'm just saying, like, I just don't understand how you cannot take an active role in your kid's education. Now, to say that, I say this too. There has been so many people who have been more active in their kids'
Yes.
education
Yes.
because now they have a walkthrough to see. They're there every day.
Now
Now,
they can-
Tavion, mom,
now they can
she did-
see my kid hard-headed as hell.
Right.
Yep.
He don't listen.
Yeah, but I don't think a lot of people have taken that into perspective because a lot of people are still like, you know what, my kid is great, my kid is awesome, blah blah blah, because they've
Beat
all.
the kids.
No, you
No.
can't beat the kids
Let
because a
them
couple
be
of
kids.
episodes ago you said
No,
that
you said beat the kids and let them be
No,
kids.
first of all, a couple of episodes ago you said that no, you don't beat the kids.
I'm talking about my kid, not mine.
First of all, JJ left my daughter in the mall to fend for
Well,
herself.
both of the kids were lost. That's a long story. But if you all want the story, let me know. Come find me.
First
on
of all,
Facebook.
Daff,
I'll
we
tell
were
you the whole
lost.
story.
The kids
Yeah.
weren't.
No,
That's probably what it
the
was.
kids and the fathers were both lost, and I was trying to keep up with both of them.
It was COVID.
but I had it under control. You know what I'm saying?
It was
Partially.
COVID.
JJ said, "Where's Coco?" I was like, "Oh, you ain't seen her?"
She was
Me
like,
neither.
Like, well, she's with Aunt Daff, I think.
she was like, I thought I lost her. I was like, oh Lord.
Shout out
this
to the
is
pool
all
for being a
bad.
good babysitter at 10.
Yeah, she take care of her
mhm.
cousin.
It was all
Man.
bad. I just couldn't keep up with either the parents or the children.
I,
So-
I
but-
was
but
surprised how
did
quick
COVID
my daughter took to your daughter.
Yeah.
But,
Because she's mean. Coco's mean, bro.
Yeah.
Great, but she loved
JJ.
her some
In the
JJ.
end, I had both the fathers under control and both the children were both all found at the end of the day.
And we appreciate it.
We all left safe and sound. But think
Yeah.
about this. While we're talking about parenting, let's talk about parenting and at home and family dynamics. They said that there was a rise in domestic violence during COVID
I could believe it.
and CPS and child abuse calls, right?
Yeah, but you have to understand that these people are in home, and then at the same time, people were getting unemployment. People were getting that money from.
But
the
if they got that
government.
money, why you beating the kids? You got money.
But this is
Because
the
you're
thing.
angry. You're going out. You're gonna go and you're gonna buy your liquor. And you're gonna
Yep, 'cause
buy
you got
your
that extra
dope,
money.
and you're gonna buy whatever you need to buy, and then you're
you
gonna
just say
do-
dope?
Yeah, you the one who did this earlier. And-
booger sugar.
Yeah.
So or sugar booger.
Well,
whatever
actually,
you
I
wanna
call dope this when you.
Teas and blues?
Yeah. Anyways, but people were using that money for things that they shouldn't have been using that money for. Like the government is giving you this money, so you might as well bank on this opportunity that the government is giving to you. So take this money and do what you need to do to make sure that you can get ahead.
So-
but a lot of people
Use
were
what you
not.
got to get what you want.
No.
That's what I did because
And-
the
and
money
this-
that the
and this is what I
government gave me.
understand. So
They
like,
made me work during COVID.
So you know how they had like So-
I took advantage of it.
so you can get right basically $600 a week with
No, it's like 9, bro.
No, actually-
how much money was it a week? Not per pay period, but a week. Yep.
It was your base pay.
Yep, plus $600.
Plus $600
A week?
And then August.
I would have quit my job and asked them to hire me back.
No,
Yeah,
but this
no,
is the thing.
listen, and
but this,
then in
go ahead,
August,
because I
they-
want to make a point.
In August, they gave you an additional $300 every week, up until I mean, y'all wonder why I only work 3 days a week, but in August they
I
gave you
am
an
so
additional.
jealous.
We know who paying for all the advertisement.
We know who's
and-
playing for the crab boil this week.
And I don't do crab boils.
Did she just bring us a crab boil?
Then she brought a shrimp.
only
crab leg,
because I
and-
brought it from work. I don't cook it. I don't think it's
Would you have
sanitary.
brung it if it wasn't COVID?
What? It's not COVID.
It is COVID.
Yeah, we about to go in the red.
I mean, it is COVID, but I don't eat it because it's weird. I don't eat these
Well, let me say
sea
this.
roaches
So with all the
or
funding,
whatever, but
so
I'm
with
a
all the
vegetarian.
funding that was out there, all the extra money from
The government.
government,
Yeah, I took
municipalities.
advantage of
people
any-
were not paying their rent.
Because they figure I can't get kicked out in COVID, so
But
therefore,
people are still
but-
not
but
paying
people
their
are-
rent.
but they don't
stupid.
understand when it's lifted and over, you owe that money.
Right. And you had the money to. It'd be different if you didn't have. If you was ASS out and didn't have the money to
Right,
pay it. But
right.
you had because you paid your
But I
phone.
know
You paid your cell phone bill.
I
You
know
went and got the new iPhone.
And the internet.
You went and got the new J's and some
I
Levi's.
know people who own properties who were not getting paid from their
Yeah.
tenants or whatever because
And this,
people-
listen,
But the thing is,
that was the
a
thing.
lot of tenants were getting money.
And then still tenants
More
are still
money.
getting money and you still can have things deferred because even
Right.
like my bank was like, hey, do you want to have this deferred, blah, blah, blah. And I'm
Nah,
like,
But I think
I
that
don't.
property.
I got the
but
money. I'm gonna pay
I'm-
it.
yeah,
I think,
I'm like,
yeah,
I'm
me
just
too.
giving
I think
you
the
the
property,
money.
the property owners also, there was some relief for them too.
yeah,
Right.
no, not to
Not
a
as
full
much, but it-
extent,
but
a
it
lot
was.
of homeowners were not getting the profits that they should have been getting because they couldn't get
Right, right.
that relief. because
No, Matt, we're not done.
they couldn't get that relief.
This is gonna be a 2-hour episode.
So a lot of those property owners were still, suffering because a lot of the people who were tenants were not paying. They were making crab broils so people like William could come and pick them up.
Whoa. First of all, I get free delivery. Grubhub.
She didn't say you was charged. She said to pick them up.
Listen,
Yeah,
the other thing is that I think that during this time of getting all that unemployment, right? Mm-hmm. People should have found a way to say the unemployment's not going to last that long. Let me figure out how I can take this extra $600-700.
I think some did.
Some did. As I said, it's a lot of business that popped up, but there were some that didn't because they couldn't see past next week of getting the extra money, right?
It's like, ooh, I got
It
this
was
extra
every
money.
2 weeks, just in case
Listen,
you all want to
okay, what they were doing, let me put it this way. They were treating the unemployment like dope money.
Yeah.
I can spend it all today,
I'm gonna get it right back.
and next week they're gonna deposit it back. Or living like athletes who go broke.
I say athletes because dope money, you gotta actually flip your dope money.
dope money.
How do you know that, Mondo?
Okay,
moving on.
I read a book. The book right there,
Yeah.
Beyond the Crack Generation. The book is right there. I read the
Matt,
book.
can you zoom in?
I read that book. I read that. That book
please?
talked about a
But
double
if
up.
you take that money and you flip it to be successful, which
Yeah.
probably a lot of these entrepreneurs have
Yeah.
probably
Just
taken
shout out to
that
Diddy.
money.
Just imagine
who?
if five
Nobody, you
people.
don't
Just
know.
imagine if 5 people took one unemployment check, right, put together and bought whatever.
Whatever.
Pre $300 because now we don't get the extra money.
No, but
No,
even,
but I'm just
even
saying
then,
that
just think
extra
about
$1,200 in 2 weeks, you get a group of 5 people, put that income together, and buy whatever.
man, and just think about this. Like for myself, right? COVID. I'm like, man, too much going on. Let me get involved.
I'm gonna cook
Did
turkey
both of
knuckles.
you all work completely during COVID? So
I
you
did.
didn't get any
I did.
So like
you
with
didn't
me,
get any unemployment.
So at,
No.
at one time, how they did it,
You didn't get any unemployment.
none.
Not a
So
drop.
even the week that I didn't work, I had to be on call, but my job still paid me for that week.
Yeah.
If they just would have gave us one day off that week, I
I'd have
didn't
been
know.
happy.
I could have filed
But
unemployment and got that extra
Even
money.
like my sisters, not to put her out here like this.
It's too late. She's out there.
Put her out
But
there.
what they did was they canceled one day out of the week.
That's what I'm saying,
And
just
s-
one
Yeah,
day.
so they worked additional 40 hours, and then what they did was they assigned it so that they could get that extra $600.
So-
So they fixed it so that they still worked
They hooked-
40.
they hooked them up.
Yeah, which was nice.
Good.
You know what I
But
mean?
It's like my
Remember who
man
I
who
work-
played for the
remember who I
Blazers when
work
he had to
for,
get
though.
on the court one more time before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
do y'all
even
think-
now, I'll be like people at
If-
work. They'll be like, "Hey, are you sure you want to?"
But how long?
And I'm
Listen,
like, no.
Hopefully,
I'm like-
hopefully nothing happens to where something like that happens again. But if it does,
But I think
I'm
it
going
is.
to my superiors and say, "Hey,
No, but the
I
cases
wanna
are
file.
actually growing
Yeah.
right now. And then the thing about it that sucks the most is
the more
the
you
people-
open, the more exposure is gonna
Yeah,
happen.
okay. But the things that's happening.
Shout out
right
to Big
now-
Gretch.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Shout
although
out to
I
Big
don't
Gretch.
think all these cases that they say are COVID are COVID." I'm
No,
not.
not up
I
to
do.
you.
I think a lot of these cases are COVID, but what's happening in Michigan right now is we're actually growing. And pre
Search.
no pre the judgment or whatever that happened in the courts.
That was horrible.
Okay,
Put my
so
glass back
pre
on.
that court judgment, they were not.
Wow.
You can see. Now people are feeling like it's okay to go out and not wear masks, but our cases are actually growing. But pre this judgment, our cases, we were one of the
That was like a
only
maxi
states-
pad, bro.
We were one of the only states who did not have cases that were
Yeah.
growing, and now our cases are continuously growing at a high rate. And what sucks about it is that we were a state that didn't have cases that were growing, and it's
So
a
final
possibility that,
final thoughts. Final
okay.
thoughts.
Yep, cut me off. Yep.
And no, I did because
Rude
the
as hell.
producer was over there. He took his shirt. Matt took
It's
his
okay,
shirt off.
Matt. Do we need to finish right now? Because I feel like he cut me off. So
Well, go
You
ahead.
keep on going.
Go ahead.
No,
You close the
Okay,
show out.
wrap it up. Okay, that's
No,
fine.
you close the show.
Go ahead, you do it.
You close the show.
No,
Next up, we have Daph giving her opinion.
my humble opinion is they like to cut me off all the time, and
Who is
I
they?
don't.
Who is they?
They, Mondo
Wow.
and William here. They like to
Wow.
cut me off, and I don't think it's okay all the time.
Okay, thank
So,
you, Daph.
See,
Next up, we have Daph with her humble opinion.
Nope. My humble opinion is like COVID did some positive things for me. I was vegan for a little while during COVID. Then when things opened back up, I went to Outback and got me some French fries with some ranch, and that was great.
No meat?
And no, not that type of meat. And I now think that I have to be able to continue to be a great person in life and always support humanity and be a great person.
Okay,
And
next up we have Daff with her humble opinion.
and my humble opinion continuously means that I support the universe and the people in the universe, and I think that people should be great.
Well, I just want to say from me and Mondo, because we
Nobody
talked about
cares.
this, that
Yep.
you're a wonderful and an amazing part of this team. And without you, it wouldn't be three of us.
It's funny that they had a team before me, so they probably really don't even care.
Wow.
Mondo, final
Shout
thoughts?
out to Pre-DAF.
Now I know it's gonna sound a little muffled because I have on my mask.
Can you take it off?
No, because it's COVID.
You already passed it, bro. You had it.
FYI, I did not take a test with either one of these people. I don't have anything that they have. I didn't get
I don't
any
have
type
anything.
of-
I
Mondo,
got
fix your posture.
antibodies.
You look slouched. Wait, hold on.
but
there
he
you go.
played the viola.
I did.
I don't know what that means, but
Other
it
than that,
sounds
we're
sexual. Go ahead.
I don't know. What was the question?
See, he has nothing to say. So
Okay.
I
anyways,
don't. Maybe that's what I said. All I had to say. First of all, if you don't want to party,
I said
take
all I
your
had to
broke
say,
tail
don't-
home. If you don't want to. No, I think with COVID, I can't because I'm going to go on a rant and we don't have time.
I just think that with COVID, it has some positivity to it, some negativity to
Well,
it.
here's the thing. I don't think it started in Wuhan, China. It wasn't
Oh,
a bad
absolutely.
thing.
I think it did.
I don't
They
think
ate bats,
it's a,
bro.
it's a man-made disease bred and born right here in the
Matt, cut
USA.
his- cut-
a
cut
lot
his
of
mic, please.
a lot of the cases that they're saying are COVID isn't
No,
COVID. That's why I
listen.
didn't want to go. You know what?
Listen. Okay, I'm sorry, Matt.
Where's my
but
tinfoil cap? Because I'm a conspiracy theorist. Yes, I am.
I am. I'm into conspiracies
They don't make caps that
too.
big.
But pre-corona, before they started talking about it in the States, there was a doctor who was talking about COVID
Yeah.
in China because what was happening
was.
in China, they were trying to control. No, stop.
That's why it's mutated. That's why it's
Stop. Be
mutated.
quiet. They were trying to
Because the
control the
American government
population,
took it
bro.
over and they added stuff to it.
Matt, get that. But listen, they were trying
That's
to
when your
control
mama
the
say you gotta take your brother
population.
with you.
They were trying to control the population, and then what so happened? So okay, Matt, never.
Okay,
I'm
my
not even gonna
final
talk about
thoughts
it.
I
because
didn't even say nothing. Go ahead. I
My-
got the mic. Just
my final thoughts.
no one
is
cares.
this.
Just wrap the show up because you guys are fooled by the CIA, the FBI, and all these other agencies.
Okay. Anyways,
my final thoughts.
this like a presidential debate.
Because all I'm saying is, because all I got to say is, it's man-made disease. Yes, and my heart goes out to all the families who lost loved ones because of it.
Listen,
I have conspiracy theories, and
I'm going to get up out of here.
And all I'm saying is that we have to take care of one another and keep your opinions humble.
We out of here.
night.
We love you so much.
like, subscribe,
subscribe,
follow
like,
our YouTube page,
All of that. But we really want to give out our sincere passion of
empathy
empathy
and humbleness
and humbleness to
and
all the
humanity.
people
Yeah.
who have lost somebody to this COVID-19. Even though the COVID-19 has been good to some, it will never outweigh how bad it has been to the majority.
Make
And we
sure
have
you go
lost
vote.
so many people at a high rate, and one death is too many.
Yeah.
We love all of you. We pray for all of you, and we hope that
Love y'all.
God holds your heart, or whatever higher being that you believe in. We all believe in Jesus Christ. Holla. Holla.
Keep them opinions humble.
Keep your opinions coming and keep them humble.
Love y'all. Peace.
Are we done, Matt? Hey, let me be honest. I've had to pee for 20 minutes, bro.
Dude, that's why you know what? It's a podcast.
Listen.
This is not the Oprah Winfrey show. I'm going to piss.
Listen, I'm sitting here like, Lord, if I piss myself,
because at work,
can I say I did it for the show?
I almost peed on myself at work today,
Matt,
so that's why I'm like,
I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna risk
I don't
it.
know what's happening.
Bro, I said if I piss on myself, that mean I'm dedicated.
No,
That means you're gonna be the last one to leave tonight. You like, you know what? I
Y'all
just
just go ahead.
gotta sit here for a minute. Just
I gotta
think. So,
reflect.
I'm just, I'll lock up tonight. Don't even
As
worry
long
about
as
it.
it wasn't in the hemorrhoids chair.
Chair.
If it
You
was
know
in
what
the
was
hemorrhoids
crazy?
chair,
Let me tell you what was. Hold on. Let me tell you what's crazy. When Matt was saying 5 minutes, right? Let me
Matt
tell you.
said 5 minutes like 20 minutes
No, let me
ago.
tell you. Let me tell you though. He said 5 minutes, and I saw him, but I'm like, they still talking. He took his shirt off, bro.
No,
and
he
was
didn't.
rocking
Matt,
like
you,
this in
you
the
took
air.
your shirt off?
Yeah. See?